Welcome back, everybody. It's always fun to find new ways of making beverages, and today we're venturing into some pretty wild territory. Have you ever heard of putting raw egg or vinegar in your beverage? Our next guest swears it's so good you'll wonder why you haven't tried it before. Please welcome mixologist Ryan Magarian. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to be here.
So let's see. What are we starting with? Let's start with the Bird of Paradise.
Bird of Paradise. Well, for today we are liquid cooking, and what we're going to start with is a drink that adds egg, and what that does, or actually egg white, and it adds great texture and body to a drink, and it lengthens some of the intense flavors. It's fantastic.
Lengthens the flavors. You know he's a mixologist.
Right. So what's already in here is Aviation American Gin,
okay,
Dolan Dry Vermouth, fresh raspberries, and I'm going to add some eggs. So I'm just going to crack it.
Just the white.
Just the white.
Is that
I'm going to do super carefully. Just see. This is why they pay me the medium bucks. All right, and now I'm going to add this beautiful large format ice so we don't over dilute the drink.
Now we talked about that before we came on the air. See the big ice cubes, and he's got really huge ice cubes over here, and explain to me why.
Oh, that's okay. So having big ice is great because what it does, it's not, it doesn't dilute as fast. It keeps everything cold, but it doesn't make it watery. So what we're doing here is we're doing, well, what was supposed to be a dry shake. You want to shake without ice to get the air into the drink. So I'm going to do that real quick. I actually made a mistake by adding a little bit of ice.
That's all right.
Get those guns going, and then we're going to reshake it real quick with more ice. I
love those pretty ice cubes.
And wait till you see this.
Oh my gosh.
You're going to lose it when you see this drink.
No wonder you have such big arms. Okay.
All right, what we're going to do here is just going to
sort of semi-strain it.
Yeah, I'm going to add a touch of soda. And we're going to do kind of a semi-strain here over.
All right. Let's see how
it should be very
pretty.
pretty.
How pretty is that?
Yeah, it should be sexy as heck.
So we're not going to put the whole raspberry, just those yummy pieces.
Yes.
That's okay. We gave you a hard glass to
try
to hit it. Bird of Paradise, people. Look at that. And so it gives you kind of that creamy...
Yeah, just that big, rich texture. Good weight, tactile sensation.
Is it okay if I have a little sip?
Absolutely. Let me clean that up at the same time.
I don't even care.
Tactile sensation is a real important part of, especially with drinking, you know, just adding these layers that make the palate happy and
that's delicious.
Put a big smile on.
And you're giving us your recipes, which I love. Okay, so now drinking vinegar.
Oh my goodness. Well, you don't want to do it just by itself.
Not just vinegar.
No, you don't just wake up and hit the vinegar. I mean, I've stopped doing that.
I'm glad. Yeah. So there's a way to make, you've made an Applejack shrub,
is an Applejack shrub punch. So what a shrub is essentially adding fruit and vinegar together. They used to do this to preserve the fruit and a little bit of sugar. And what I like best about adding vinegar to a mixed drink is that it does, once again, talking about tactile, it adds that kind of tactile spark to a drink. So it adds that kind of three-dimensional layer that really kind of reaches out and grabs you and makes it really, really memorable. So this drink has, again, it has Aviation, it has some of the shrub, Fernet Branca, which is an Amaro from Italy, which has got its own little crazy thing going on, some freshly pressed lime, a little bit of Peychaud New Orleans bitters, and some club soda. And
now, pardon me for asking, was probably a dumb question, but is drinking vinegar different than vinegar?
Yeah, so drinking vinegar is something that you're starting to see quite a lot of, which is, it's actually a lot like a soda with a little bit of vinegar added to it to give it kind of that kind of lip smacking.
Really?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
That looks awfully good. Okay, jam syrup. We're going to make a jam berry fizz. That sounds like that's right up my alley. Let's
we're getting so crazy right now. So one of the other things you can do, one of the great things about jam is, you know, you can put it away and it's going to last a long time. You can preserve fruits that are not in season. So what we like to do is create a little jam syrup, which is simple syrup added to some jam today, and we've got some strawberry jam. And in the Jamberry Fizz, we've got a little bit of the apple cider, the sparkling apple cider, some club soda, Aviation, lemon, and orange juice. And it's really easy to do this. You can just kind of pour the syrup there, and you can either shake it or you can just stir it up really good, or put it in a blender. But this is just to give you an idea of kind of, just so you know to integrate it. This is probably not how we'd want. We'd probably throw it into some expensive RoboCoupe kind of thing at home. But for now, this is working pretty well. But we're just demonstrating today.
And I love the idea of this beautiful presentation with the punch cup and the fruit.
Was that a hint that you wanted to drink, Margaret?
I certainly won't object to it. I just think that's really, you know, that's part of the drink, right? Or you've got beautiful presentation with all of these drinks.
I
That's
always say that
gorgeous.
you drink with all 5 senses. Your eyes, your nose,
Absolutely.
you hear the shaker shaking, you smell all the stuff you mentioned, you smelled everything. So.
And we have only about 30 seconds,
all right,
but I
let's knock this out.
have to have you show us this. The muddling with the lemon, the mint. It smells so good, all of this.
Buggy whip punch. So this is a really delicious bright summer offering, and for our sweetening agent, what's really unique about this mixed drink is we use something called oleo saccharum, which is made by taking peels and sugar and grinding them together. That's our sweet component. And finally, we're going to add aviation, some cucumber, some mint, some fresh lemon, and soda. And this is something you can drink all afternoon and late into the evening.
That looks delicious. And you've got the big, huge ice hunks. Now, are there trays where you can make big ice like that?
You can find them at, I know you can go to like Sur La Table, but I'm starting to see them at grocery stores all over the country. I think this whole quality ice thing is kind of catching on, and I hope it continues to.
And a punch bowl is just a fun idea.
Heck yes.
At a party, everybody can serve themselves. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Delicious. If you'd like to get these recipes, please visit our website, click on the recipe section, and then that takes you over to the Kitchen Monkey site where you can download the recipes and even download the shopping list for them. Now, next up, the author of the Happy Wives Club tells us what she learned on a global search for the keys to a happy marriage. We'll be back with her in just a moment.